welcome to the channel again. And we're still experimenting with cameras and stuff, and there's one thing I really wanted to talk about, and I've been wanting to talk about it for a long time now. I think from the first year that we had the gathering, which was in 14, I met Len Yule there, and he became a really good friend. But Len made some string cutters, and I had an old Hanson that I got a hold of somewhere, I can't remember where, and I ran into some problems, and that had way more to do with me than it had to do with the cutter. So I know some of the best braiders in the world use Hanson string cutters, and they're really good. It's just for me, with the way my brain is wired, it didn't work all that good. So the first one that I got from Len is this one. This is the string cutter, as you can see. So, and it's with a micro adjustment. You just loosen these screws here, and then with a micro adjusted, you can get the width done. Another thing that this can do is, and it's kind of set like it that way right now, is I can even split a string with this, but it can only cut to width. If you want a bevel, you needed an extra one. Now, this was the first generation of the ones that Len made, and later on he came with a couple of new generations. And then a couple of years ago, sadly enough, Len passed away, and I did not get a chance to order his next generation. But at the gathering, we have another source, being our friend Randy. And so Randy, and it's one of those deals where a couple of people have the same idea, basically, and work it out, and they don't know from each other. But when I met Randy, when he came for the first time to the Rawhiders gathering in Decatur, he already told me, and he described what he had, and I'm thinking, man, that's kind of like the same as what Len did, but Len didn't see Randy's, and Randy's didn't see Len's. Anyway, this is what Randy comes up with. And I'm not saying there are a lot of flaws in what Len made. Far from that. But this is like an upgrade on what Len did. So I got the cutter. And we got the 45-degree beveler. Now, we were talking, and I remember that quite a while ago, I was talking with, I think it was Pablo. And Pablo told me that when he's beveling his strings, he uses kind of like a 45-degree angle. But of course, Pablo, he does all of his beveling, he does it with a knife. So he's got the string, he's walking back, he's got his knife at a 45-degree angle and walks back, and that's how he bevels his string. And he's just really, really good at it. But when he bevels the flesh side, if he bevels on all four sides, like for example when he does a Trenza Patria, I remember him saying that for some things that he does and for some projects, he has a slightly lower bevel than the 45-degree, more like a 30 or 33-degree angle. And so I was thinking, and I'm going like, I want something like that. So I talked to Randy, and we came up with this. So this blade, as you can see here, it's set in a 30-degree angle, as you can see, it's a little different from the 45-degree angle. And it works really nice. I love it. I really do love it. The only thing is that I have also tried to just put this in my vise and also bevel the hair side of a string. And boy, it does look good, especially if you're working with button string and you want to have a somewhat bigger bevel, like I think Brent Callahan calls it more like a Californian bevel with a bigger bevel on it. But if you're working with a very fine string and a very narrow string, you can't do that with a 45-degree. But with the 30-degree, it works really good. So, if you can bevel by hand really good, try to bevel in a 30 or a 33-degree angle. And especially if you can mix it up like a 45-degree angle on the hair side and a 33-degree angle on the flesh side, it opens all new possibilities. And I'm not gonna say it's gonna work awesome for every braid, but there's a time and a place for it. So anyway, I hope it helps somebody. If you like what we're doing, just subscribe to the channel and like the video, and we'll see you next time.